Well, good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, November. No, it's not November. It's January. Sandy, you're going backwards in time. January 28th. And we have some birthdays today because today is Chelsea Carpenter over at WV Running. Don, Chelsea, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Chelsea. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a great birthday, Chelsea. And Don, if you're watching this, can you remind me again whereabouts on the puzzle that you're living? I can't believe we finally finished that puzzle, because let me tell you, that was hard, but it was fun. But it's also Maddie's birthday, so Maddie, M-A-D-D-Y, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maddie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Phoenix, it's your birthday. Phoenix. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Phoenix. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And we have some twins' birthdays today, because today is Stephen Bushie, B-U-S-H-I-E, Stephen's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stephen. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And it's his twin sister Stacy's birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stacy. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all 5 of you have a great birthday today. This is like a very strange day for me today because I've not done anything. It's like I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to really do anything. I'm just kind of lost, to be honest with you. Just to think that I'm not going anywhere today, it's just kind of strange. It just, I don't know. I kind of like it, but then I don't. I did get up this morning and did some balance exercises that I found, and they were hard. My balance is way worse than I thought. One of the things is I had to do some side kicks, like I had to bring my legs together and kick, and then kick, and then kick. You would think that that's not that hard, but when you don't have any balance, it was hard for me. I did that, and then I practiced getting up and down out of a chair without holding onto the arms of the chair. You put your, you cross your arms like this, and then you just get up, which, I didn't realize how much I was depending on the arms of the chair to get up and down out of a chair. So that was eye-awakening, eye-opening. It woke me up. If anything, it was, I thought, oh my gosh. And then I did some side kicks. And then what other ones I did? I did 2 more. All in all, I did 15 minutes of exercises. And I do stress that it said exercises because it was not fun. It was exercise, which is work. I have been walking around the house just a little bit, not a lot. I really should go down the basement and just walk around in the basement. I'll be honest, I don't know that's going to happen. I'm going to try to make it happen, but I don't know that it's going to happen. I did go out in the freezer outside, and I took some burgers and some buns out of the freezer. So we're going to have hamburgers and buns, hamburger on buns, and then I have corn on the cob in the refrigerator vegetable drawer, and I'm pretty sure I have. Well, I'm almost positive I have French fries. If not, I have potatoes. I can make French fries for dinner tonight. So that's what we're going to have for dinner. For breakfast, I had a couple pieces of toast, a hard-boiled egg, a banana, and an orange. And a tiny little glass of orange juice. So Denise brought Mary to one of her doctor's appointments today. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to pick her up in the afternoon, bring her back to the house to spend the night, because Thursday we have lots of appointments. I have to bring her downtown. Her first appointment is going to be at 8:15 in the morning. She's got to give blood, because she's got to get her blood tested for her appointments. So we have to be there at 8:15 for her to do the blood work. And then she has an appointment with the liver doctor at 8:45. And then the kidney doctor at 9:30. And then the pharmacist at 10 o'clock to see if she's got to go over her medications, because they might change them up. They always change them up each time. And then she might have to get some infusion bags put in of things just to avoid bacterial infections. And if she does, that's an hour to an hour and a half for each bag that she's got to wear. So hopefully she doesn't have to do more than 2 bags, so I can get out of here at 1, because I have a 2:45 dentist appointment, because I told you they changed my dentist appointment. I thought it was at 3:45. It's at 2:45. But I still think I should be able to make that, because the longest we've ever been down there was 2 o'clock. So if anything, she can just sit in the dentist office with Jim while I get my teeth cleaned before we bring her home. It's on the way home to her house, so we'll see how it plays out that way. And then tonight, Jim and I will watch our shows. We like to watch, we like St. Denis Medical. It's just a little half-hour comedy that we like. We watch that. We like Deal or No Deal Island. We like High Potential. We do watch that. We love Will Trent. We watch Will Trent. And then from last night, we have 911 Lone Star and The Neighborhood that we still have to watch. So I have a whole night of watching TV. So this afternoon, when I get done doing the video here, I'm going to just sit down and read some more. I read a little bit before I went to bed last night. It's an interesting book, but like I said, I so enjoy reading more in the summer when I'm sitting outside and I can listen to nature. In the house, I don't hear too much. Last night, though, I kept hearing noises, and I kept thinking, oh, no, I got another mouse. Because it was a weird noise, and I kept thinking, there's a mouse in this room. I just know there's a mouse in this room. But then I got up to search out where the noise was, and it was coming from the window. And then I looked outside, and it was like a sleety, kind of snowy kind of rain that was hitting the window, that was hitting the screen, that was making the noises. So no mice, thankfully, because I don't know that I can deal with mice again. They just creep me out. They're such tiny, tiny little creatures, and they can't, they're not going to physically attack me, but it's like, Oh, we had a coyote across the street behind the house. They were taking pictures of, there was a coyote. So they were telling everybody to bring their pets in, because they've been known to get a couple pets around here. And then, I watched the videos, and, everybody makes everything look so much easier. Jim was watching, when I was watching Edie's video, she made chicken tortellini and baked it in the oven, and then she had a side salad, and Jim says, that looks really good. We ought to have that. We don't need the side salad. I said, you're silly. So then he left, and then I watched Kim, and then after I watched Kim, I watched Kat every day, and then I turned on Joan at Rise and Shine Suburban Homesteading, and Jim was back in the room asking me something, and he was watching her, so he sat down and watched that, and he says, that looks really good, minus the peas and carrots. We see a theme here. Jim was not a big vegetable eater, but he does like corn, so I could probably do it with corn. He doesn't mind carrots, but I don't know, carrots and corn, I don't know if that would go together. It probably would. You find it in a stew. And I've never she called it cottage pie, because I guess shepherd's pie is with lamb. I don't like lamb. I've tasted it. I just don't like it. It's just, no. I just like cows and pigs and chickens. That's basically all I eat. Oh, yeah, cows and pigs and chickens. Yeah, I don't think I eat anything else. But, anywhooser. And if somebody asked me where I ever come up with anywhooser, my family, we've always said anywhooser. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just something we've always said my whole life was anywhooser. We just say it. That's just the way it goes. Anywhooser. Jim's dad always used to call it a whatchamacallit, and we kept saying there's no such thing. And then he saw an article in the newspaper once that said whatchamacallit, and he quickly pointed that out. He cut it out and everything to show us that there is such a word as whatchamacallit. I said, well, I don't know, Dad. I think they just came up with that word because they heard you say it. You always wonder when somebody starts a trend, it had to start somewhere. And who's originally the one that started it? And how did it come about? That's always curious to me, but... So, I'm not really, I got my card from, got my card, I still got it on my desk here. She made me jealous the other day because she posted a picture of looking in the early morning and she could see the stars in the sky. Before I die, I have a memory of when I was a child, before there was lights everywhere. The whole world wasn't lit up all the time when I was a child, way back in the olden days. But you could lay in the backyard at night and just look up at the sky, and you could see all the stars in the sky. It was just so beautiful to see. It was just so amazing. But now with lights on everywhere, whether it's porch lights or marquee lights or street lights or whatever, you don't see stars in the sky anymore. Think about it. When's the last time, sometimes it's even hard to see the North Star. Really. I mean, it's just, It's just sad. And so I had always told Jim that I wanted to see the stars in the sky. That was just before I die. I want to go somewhere and just see the stars in the sky again. And so he had brought me down to Cranbrook for my birthday one year. And he says, you're going to see the stars in the sky. We're going to see all the stars in the sky. And it was a planetarium. So I thought, oh, this is going to be so cool. Was really looking forward to it. And so then we bought the tickets and we go and we sit down and we're in this like auditorium, and I'm thinking that the ceiling was going to open up, that type of thing, because I'd never been there. Even as a child, I don't think we ever went on a field trip there, which really surprises me. I think my kids have gone there for their field trips, but I just, and if they would have, I would have went as a chaperone, because I like chaperoning, going to all these places. But anyway, we get there, and so we sit down, and they dim the lights and all that. I go, oh, good, it's getting really dark. We're going to be able to see the lights. We're going to be able to see the stars. It was a light show on the ceiling of all the stars and all the, like the Sagittarius and the zodiac signs in the sky. And it was like fake stars as far as I'm concerned. It wasn't real stars. I don't think I've ever been so disappointed in anything in my whole life, because I really, in my delusional mind, thought I was going to be seeing real stars in the sky. And it was just a light show. It was so disappointing. It was just so disappointing. But when, like I was saying about chaperoning, I think the most moving one, which was a remembrance for me, because yesterday was the 80th anniversary of the Holocaust, was when we went to the Holocaust Museum in Southfield, Michigan, with Jimmy's 7th grade class. And I went again with Danny when he was in 7th grade. Christy's class never went, but I went with Jimmy and Danny. And both times it was such a moving, it was like, it's just hard to believe that there could have been such hatred in the world. It's just, and the people nowadays say that it didn't really happen, and it's like there's so much living proof that it did happen, and how people just so willingly accepted it, and it was just sad. And at the very end, we talked to survivors, and it was just like, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. My Uncle Hans migrated from Germany in the 1930s because he saw what was coming. And he had such a thick German accent that he never talked in public, ever. And I never understood that as a child in the 50s. I never understood why people didn't like my Uncle Hans. It's like, why don't you like my Uncle Hans? He's such a nice guy. I couldn't understand it. And like, if you talk to him, he'd talk real low like this to you, really quiet, because like I said, his accent was so thick. I mean, you could understand him, but it was very obvious that he had an accent. And it was just, I don't even know how I got on that subject with that. Oh, because they had survived. My first encounter with a Holocaust survivor was this really nice little old lady that used to come into when I worked at the fruit market when I was 17. And she, always wore a long sleeve shirt, and no matter what the weather was, always had a long sleeve shirt on. And then this one particular day, there were like buttons on the shirt, and the buttons were undone, and I saw the tattoo on her wrist, on her not her wrist, on her arm. And being 17, I was fascinated with tattoos, and I said, oh my gosh, you got a tattoo? What's the tattoo of? What an idiot that I was. And then she put it down, and then she told me that she was a survivor of Auschwitz. And then she told me the story of it. And I was so moved, because it was just, here's this nice lady, that was like, oh my gosh. It was just, I couldn't believe, when she was telling me all the things that she went through. Not all the things she went through, but some of the things that she went through. And I was just so fascinated. And I was just always looking forward to her coming through my line, just be, I don't know, because she was such a nice lady. She was just so nice. And that really, other than the prejudice against my Uncle Hans, and then really coming in contact with somebody that truly survived the horrors of it, it really gave me a realization of that the world could really be an ugly place. I mean, it's a beautiful place to live. I'm not knocking it, but it's just, sometimes, no matter where you are in life, you got to rethink your priorities in life, and rethink how you feel about people and not to judge them just for who they are or how they look or, you know, what religion they are or where they come from or anything like that. And just start judging people how they are. I mean, because you're going to get idiotic people in all creeds, races, colors, shapes, everything. You know, there's going to be ignorant people in the world. That's unfortunately a fact of life. But I like to look past that to see the true soul of a person. And I think that, you know, there's a lot of good out there. I mean, right nowadays, and, you know, like, I don't know. I think that there goes circles of life. I think circles of life comes around and goes around again. And I just think that you just have to always remember in life to look in the good for people. Look in the people for the good, because I think even the worst people have a little spark of good in them somewhere. Sometimes I think that the reason people are so hateful is maybe they've been treating with, you know, some hate and that's just their way of lashing out. I am not going to solve the world's problems. I know that. I know there's hatred in the world and there's nothing I can do about it, but I can do my little bit every day to try to make somebody's day a little bit better. And that's what I try to do. I really do try to do that, make somebody's day a little bit better. And I don't know that I do it every single day, but it's my goal every single morning when I get up in the morning is to bring some joy to somebody, somewhere. Whether it's a telemarketer that's calling me that's annoying the crap out of me. Right now I'm getting all of these calls. I have a do not block on mine. I have the do not call registry. I've done all of that. But for some reason I get every day, I would say on an average of at least 10 calls a day telling me that I qualify for a credit card or a loan or something. I don't need any of that stuff. I don't want any of that stuff. And I'm getting irritated with the people that are calling, but I try to be nice to the people because I know it's just their job and that's just how they're making their living. But it does get annoying. So even in that, I wake up each day thinking, well, I'm going to get at least one call today that somebody's going to aggravate me. Why don't I try to spread some joy to that person because they're just doing their job, even though I don't like their job, but I just feel that I can do my little tiny little bit for society. So I know, what a rant. I know, I gotta take a drink of water after all that. Okay, that's going to do it for today. Too much preaching from Sandy today. I didn't mean to do that, but that's how it came out. So why don't we talk again tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to go in the afternoon. I'm going to get my hair cut tomorrow. I've already made that plan. I have to go to the post office and get some stamps because I have to mail Brooke's birthday shower invitations out. And I have to get a haircut because it's just getting too heavy and flat, and it's just, I don't like it. And then pick up Mary, and then we'll make some for dinner tomorrow. We're probably going to have burgers again tomorrow because the burgers I froze, I forgot to separate them, and there's 4 burgers in the pack. And so I'll have 2 today for me and Jim, and then 2 tomorrow for me and Mary because Jim shoots on his league. So, okay, see you guys tomorrow, hopefully.